Also in Washington, officials are still reeling from what that explosive Oval Office meeting between Ukrainian President Zelenskyy and President Donald Trump. An agreement that would have given the U.S. access to Ukraine's mineral resources remains unsigned. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest reaction.
A warm reception in London for Ukrainian President Zelenskyy.
You're very, very welcome here in Downing Street. You have full backing across the United Kingdom.
Zelenskyy in the UK ahead of a summit hosted by British Prime Minister Keir Starmer with other European leaders.
Prime Minister, happy to be here, and I want to thank you, people of the United Kingdom, such big support from the very beginning of this war.
The visit following a contentious trip to Washington on Friday cut short after Zelensky's meeting with President Trump exploded.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Zelenskyy was at the White House to sign an agreement giving the U.S. access to Ukraine's mineral resources. He expressed hesitation about a ceasefire deal with Russia that does not include security guarantees, pointing to Vladimir Putin for breaking past peace deals.
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
After the blow-up, sources say President Trump demanded Zelenskyy leave. The minerals deal left on the table unsigned. Before leaving for Florida, I asked the president who he trusts.
Do you trust Putin or Zelenskyy more?
Look, I don't trust or distrust anybody. I just want to get a deal done. And if the deal happens, good. But you can't embolden somebody that does not have the cards.
Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
The United Kingdom's Prime Minister told Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy that he has the full backing of the UK. The British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said that the UK will stand with Ukraine as long as it takes.
What started as a meeting at the White House to discuss a potential deal to end the war in Ukraine quickly turned into a heated exchange between President Trump and President Zelenskyy. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sam Olson. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mainers are now reacting to yesterday's clash in the Oval Office, where the two presidents were expected to sign a deal for Ukraine's rare earth minerals in exchange for U.S. support and long-term security. Take a listen.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
cards.
Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
After that exchange, top Trump advisors asked the Ukrainian leader to leave the White House. Some leaders in Maine's congressional delegation are reacting to that tense meeting. Senator Angus King said, quote, "I hope this unfortunate meeting will not detract from the pursuit of an agreement that ends the bloodshed, recognizes and protects the sovereignty of Ukraine without appeasing the territorial ambitions of a murderous dictator." In a similar statement, Senator Susan Collins shared a message saying, quote, "I hope that they will reconvene and hold a more productive meeting to advance the cause of a just and lasting peace for the people of Ukraine who have been so brutally attacked by Vladimir Putin." Mainers also protested today, reacting to that meeting and other decisions President Trump has made since taking office in January. A group in Portland's Monument Square carried signs and flags showing support for Ukraine. People broke out into chants, with one woman using a megaphone saying, "The oligarchs have got to go." There were similar demonstrations like this one just around the state as well.
Shockwaves continue to be felt around the world after a heated meeting in the Oval Office between President Donald Trump and the Ukrainian president. Trump kicked President Zelenskyy out of the White House after he attempted to secure security guarantees from the U.S. as the two countries attempted to sign an economic deal.
Not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Zelenskyy was at the White House to sign an agreement that would give the U.S. access to Ukraine's mineral resources. The Ukrainian president expressed hesitation about a broader ceasefire deal that doesn't include security guarantees, pointing to Putin, who has broken past peace deals. Sources say President Trump demanded Zelenskyy leave the White House and cut his visit short, leaving the previously agreed-upon minerals deal on the table unsigned.
Just want to get a deal done, and if the deal happens, good. But you can't embolden somebody that does not have the cards.
Today, Zelenskyy headed to Europe to meet with EU leaders. He signed a new loan agreement with the UK's Prime Minister in London. European and other Western leaders are rallying behind Zelenskyy and Ukraine. We spoke with Ukrainians living in Louisville about the row in the White House and how they feel following the blow-up.
President Trump does not have a plan. And this is what a lot of Ukrainians were hoping for when they were voting for him, those who voted for Republican Party, because we were talking about some plan that will end the war quickly.
Meanwhile, a senior U.S. official says the Trump administration is now strongly considering cutting off shipments of military aid to Ukraine in the wake of that meeting.